I am Sister Mary Jean Williams, and I've been an Adrian Dominican sister for 55 years. I entered right after high school in 1961, June of that year, became a postulant the same year in December, stayed for a year as a novice, and then I went out after that on mission, and for the next 6.5 years, I renewed my vows every year and made final profession in 1968. The call to be a sister really started when I was about 10, actually. My mother's only 2 sisters are Adrian Dominican sisters. Then I had the Adrian Dominican sisters in my grade school for 6 years, kindergarten through 5th. And then I went to Indiana and I had different sisters for 3 years, but I came back to Aquinas and I had our sisters there. And I really always appreciated their stories about God and their love for God, and also their joy and their happiness. And I did research other communities just because I had been with 2 other communities when I was in 6th and 7th and 8th. But I always came back to that joy that the Dominican sisters seem to have and do have. And then I also wanted a community where I could be in education, because I really felt as a call to education too. So when I was in high school, I made a little agreement with God. And I said, God, I may, have a calling to be a sister, but this is my plan. I will go to college. I will teach for a few years. I will enter if I'm not married by 25. So the last 2 weeks of my senior year, Father Kennelly came to school. He'd been a parish priest at St. Lawrence's where I was in grade school. Now he was the diocesan vocation director. And I told him of my plan, and he said, I think you should flip it. I think you should go first to see if you have a vocation. And so with 4 weeks before entrance date of June 26th, I packed what few things you need to go to Adrian, and I arrived there on June 26th to see if I had a religious vocation. And so I've been there ever since in my journey of being an Adrian Dominican sister.